Hello everyone, this is going to be a quick off-the-cuff video introducing field cards to the game. So this is an added element that isn't in the booster set per se, but it is part of set 1. I received these because I think every Kickstarter backer got a playset, or well, one of each I should say, sent to us. So field cards are a 4th card type to the game. In addition to your character, your strategy, ability, now you have field. And if you come from a Magic background, this is going to be pretty easy to pick up on. But, yeah, these work like a commander, essentially. Well, with one slight difference here, you actually begin the game with these in play. So you have one. You have to pick one to play with. There's currently 4. I'm sure there will be more to come, but you're only ever going to have one. You start the game with it in play in its own area, and there's pretty much nothing that interacts with it. It's basically immune to everything, just sits there and does something throughout the course of the game. So they're all good. There's no downsides to any of these. They're just benefits. And it's pretty obvious which one you want based on what archetype you're playing, but I'm going to go over them in order here. So Docked, I think, is the most generic of all of them, and probably just I wouldn't say the best necessarily, but any deck where you're not trying to base it on one of these themes, you're probably going to end up playing Docked, because at the start of the game, Docked gets 2 counters. And then during your turn, you can pay 2 water energy to put a counter on it. And then at the start of your turn, you can remove 1 counter to draw a card. So ignoring that middle part where you can add counters, any single deck in the game you could just play Docked as 2 additional draws throughout the course of the game. If you're in blue, you can maybe get some more out of it. But yeah, Docked's really, really good, really generic. Next is Unexpected Encounter. The abilities, it might make more sense if I read them in an order that so every time you put in play a Micromon character, you put a counter on it, and during your turn you can remove 2 counters to draw 1 card. So they all have card advantage in common, for now anyway. That's the recurring theme. Necropolis is the hardest one to explain, or the longest. But let's start at the bottom. So at the start of your turn, you can discard the top 2 cards of your deck. If you do, you put a counter on this card. And then during your strategy phase, you can remove X counters from this card to move a Necro character or strategy from your discard to your hand with a turn cost of X, but X can't be 0. Easy enough. And then Dragonic, is once per turn when you put in play a character through the effect of transformation, draw 2, then charge a card. This one's really, really strong. So I think this is the only one that's kind of weak. The other 3 are all very good. Docked's on the weaker side, but it's very generically powerful. This is exactly what Necro wants to be doing. Same for this. This is exactly what dragons want to be doing. I don't think I shouted out Happy 4th of July. I think I forgot that part, but yeah, there's that. And these are the field cards, and tomorrow we'll be seeing a deck, and it will involve one of these, hence why I had to make this video to introduce them. Alright, see ya.